what the figures are saying. That means, before that investors are waiting or signaling that reception here and there as data have been presented before now. But the recent data that are emanating, the one that came from US, the one that came from United Kingdom, even the one that came from China of recent, we saw their GDP. You see that these numbers are what is driving the volatility in the market. I am not surprised that the market across the globe are still in this dimension. But the good thing is that as a trader or investor in the market, what we call I call it value oriented sectoral rotation should be what investors should be looking at this hour. Why I say so is that as you are looking at all these economic concern and also looking at kind of cross benching or cross matching it with what we the fundamentals we are seeing. Yes, fundamentals are in some areas are very weak. That means it's also worsening the concern for the economy of the market players, also the economists. But I tell you that there are some domain that as we are seeing the positive the fundamental, it's also a clue to where those company in that environment are going. That's why I say people that tell people that in any environment you must understand what is happening in your domain so that you'll be able to make informed investment decision. Like I said, even when we are planning your trade, yesterday I stated that even when we are planning your trade, you have an investment on trading, you need to make sure that your plan is also telling what is happening in the in the where you are, the reality on ground. Don't just build your castle in the air. Don't say you want to draw a plan because that is where Mr. A draw a plan. No, you must understand what is the dynamics in that environment where you are, what is happening, so that your plan will be tailored in that. And also, yes, you have a goal, and then achieve that goal. This plan, recognizing what is happening, will help you to know to fashion a good trading plan that you know when to enter, when to exit. You know the kind of fund you are trading with. You know the profit target. Even when you beat your profit target, what the next step you take. Because I will tell you that market anywhere in the world does not respect anyone, whether you are 100 years analyst experience or once market want to do what you want to do, market will do that. But for that, because you have a goal, you have a set target, you don't want to play that role in that range of your target. And also for you to also stay ahead of the market in any environment, you must effectively, which I said yesterday, know how to combine your fundamental, your technicals, and your sentiment. No matter what you are trading, you are trading cryptocurrency, you are trading FS, you are anything you are trading, commodity, or you're trading futures, or you are trading stock equities, you must understand because these are factors that will determine the next direction. Then after knowing that direction, your tech analysis will be very very important and very effective to know exactly the right price to jump into the stock and right price to jump out. And also you must understand the sentiment that is behind the market. No matter what you are trading, every stock on the exchange today, not just exchange, move at different price. Also, they have different sentiment. What the sentiment that move, access bank will not be sentiment that will move what GTB or UBA. They might be at times almost the same thing, but they have different sentiment and the same word is a different moving pattern. That's why if you look at their volume pattern and their chart pattern, even what we call a price action, if you look at it, they are different. But they create room for you to know exactly when to enter and when to exit. Don't just assume. You don't come to the market with assumption, but you want to follow bad work, you want to follow what Mr. A is doing. No, I have a target I want to achieve. That he has a target. If you are following me, I might try to go at when I meet to 5%, and you also you want to go and what stock you enter. It's not the same stock I enter, and you have different goal in the market. So you must make sure that your goal, your goal how to move with your plans and your strategy and your trading plan, which is also your strategy. You must know your entry and your exit strategy. All these things must be clearly spelled out in anything you are trading. Any market you are trading, either you are trading US market, you are trading forex, you are trading, you must have this goal. Because what I said is that the volatility we are seeing in the market this day is on increase. Why is it on increase? We are only even entering the main volatility period because any season is where you see a lot of because you see increased liquidity, you see increased momentum, also you see increased buying and selling because people want to sell off a company where they have entered and the result come is not to their own expectation. They want to sell and move to another one. Then you can see volatility fund coming. All those are waiting for time to see the result of the company before they now jump into the market to buy that stock against that at the end of the year. See that's why that period you see a lot of fund coming. That's why if you look at the money flow in our market. That's why the market seemed to correct last week. You see that money flow remain high. Liquidity is still entering the market. Not only our market. If you look at other market, it's same because and there are factors driving all this liquidity, and you must understand them so that at the end of the day, you yourself also know what you are doing in the market. You don't just follow what others are doing. You must have a plan that you are trading or you are that is guiding you, so that at the end of the day, you will be what on the winning side of the market. And that is why every one of us has a goal, and this goal will always guide us to do the right thing at the right time. Unless you are the type that are trading just blindly. And don't forget that confidence is what lead to what consistent what gain. If you have confidence in what you are doing, because you either you have knowledge or you have information, or also you have plan you are trading, all these very components that you see, confidence will be built. And that is why we do all this we do in Investdata, just like live class, we do master class, we do Saturdays equation A. It's just for us to share our knowledge with others, to build the confidence of those that are in this community, in this trading and investment community, so that when you are taking decision, you are not guessing, you are not even panicking because others are panicking. You know why you are in a stock, what at they are saying that you relax yourself. I'll tell you that people that panic out of some stock because of profit taking, yes, even when they bought at peak, you know that where you are in a better stock that it will rebound. For those that take profit, they have made profit. If you have entered there and you have not made profit, you jump out and you get loss, unless you are trading with what the stop loss for those that are traders. But for those that are investors, you don't need to jump out and go buy at another cost. If you that when it comes down, you buy more to average down for those that are for investors. But for traders, yes, it's good to go with your stop loss. When you see that touch your stop loss, you want to protect your capital to jump in. And once you jump out, well, now you have seen also a sign of rebound, and you take another that this stock across are giving you a sign of buy. You jump in again to go with the trend. You must be smart. For those that are traders, you must watch the market every day. You must look at what your sentiment, your chart. But for those that are long-term investors, once you're in a good company that you know fundamental is intact, and you see that this company is going somewhere, either they are introducing new products, you are seeing that they're expanding, or the economic policy of the government is in favor of that company or that sector or where you are, you need not to jump in and out as traders. Once you see that price have gone up, you buy there and it pull back. Yeah, what you do, if you have money, buy more to average down. So that when it bounce back, you will automatically you have increased your volume. You need to understand why you are in the market and the kind of investor your personality. You need to understand it again, so that at the end of the day, you'll be investing wisely. Why I'm saying is that from what I had just a few days ago that we want, I think that portfolio management or portfolio setting or having a kind of a balance portfolio is very, very important. When those are attending master class, when I post stock like Total, post stock like the national sort, is for you to know that these stocks are well to balance your portfolio. There are some that we're looking at, or they are look up stock which we have cashed out or have cashed out already because of made profit. You can see that there are some value stock that are still there, growth stock. You must know how to balance your portfolio so that at the end of the day you are perform the market index, and also at the sectoral index and where you are. Because if you understand how to trade, you must balance the portfolio so that at the end of the day, even when the market is shaking, because of the kind of stock you have in your portfolio, you're able to manage. But like I put that for those that don't have much money, maximum of 4 portfolio, minimum of 4 stock, and maximum of what of 8 is enough in your portfolio. If you want to increase it, fine, but you must understand why you are buying. Don't forget that also when you are buying into any sector, any policy or anything that affect one sector where you are, don't affect all the stock. That means you also know how to price the portfolio, that when there's a kind of movement in the market or change in direction, you are in also in the right position. When I said value oriented sectoral rotation, it means that now that we are seeing what is happening in the economy, I will tell you our economy fundamentals are changing fast. What happened yesterday has changed the fundamental of the market again. We saw inflation data for the month of June. Even when the previous said they've not factored in the fuel removal in the strategy they reached to us. Now yesterday till now, you can see that how prices have changed because of what the force of demand and supply, which they said that. Also look at also what is happening in the world, in the exchange market, the same demand and supply. That means I tell you there will be changes in this fundamental that will drive the economy. For that, don't forget that in anywhere in the world, central bank has the power to control exchange rate, interest rate, and inflation. We only use two to control one, or use one to control two. But here, that all of them are looking up. Already we're having a high interest rate of 18.5. Also, we're having inflation around the latest data, even when before now our forecast to touch 30, but when it came at 22.79, was a year it was below expectation, below expectation because it didn't meet the target. But now that the process of target come out to say they didn't factor in, that means for the month of July, we want to expect to see a higher inflation data. Already exchange rate has moved in terms of inflation almost at 803. So yesterday coming down below 800 again, oscillating. You don't know how far it will go. This is going to change where you should put your money, because the more we are seeing this exchange rate drive is going to affect some sectors, drastically. Even at the initial time, I not see, but as the more they go, if you see exchange rate around 900 naira, you see the fuel price going to around also 700 again or 800. It's going to change the paradigm. Already you are seeing the fundamental changing, but all you do, because this fundamental give direction of market, but you want to look at what is the volatility, what is the sentiment, what is what people saying in terms of their psychology. That is what you have to do. And look at this, all these policies that are coming here and there. Which sector or industry going to benefit from it? Is you have to look which company has done backward integration that even when exchanges go to 1,000, it will affect the company operation, or which company has their product in line, or their product mix has some what we call elastic inelastic demand nature of their product. You need to look at all these. These are the things you should be doing at this time, so that it will help you to know exactly what to do. Because I believe that for every investor, you know why you're in the market, and that's what will guide you to know the kind of stock to put your money in, so that at the end of the day, you'll be in for what? For profit. This is how to invest in this kind of market. Like I also said that how to get your what? Your plan. To get your plan right, the first of all is that you look at what is my or my objective of coming to the market. Oh, what is the source of my fund? Am I a trader or investor? Oh, if I'm a trader, what kind of stock will I be buying? How much of my fund want to put in my trading portfolio? How much of my fund I want to put in my trading portfolio? Okay, if I want to do the two together, now, okay, I have a target to achieve so thing in the market. Then, okay, what kind of stock will I buy? And also, what is the policy on ground in the economy in the domain where I'm operating? Is it favoring the service sector? Is it favoring the industrial sector? Is it favoring also the capital goods sector? Where should I be? Where should I put my portfolio? Where should I know that this happens? Is it okay? The kind of knowing that what kind of stock will I did I go for the local stock that I know that is volatile, also can give me more return but higher risk? Should I go for those value stock that I know that for now the market is not looking the way of these stocks? Should I start buying them so that when market are looking the way I will make money? Oh, okay. Should I go for those stocks that are good stock? They have potential. Yes, they are not paying good dividend now because they are because they are expanding. Should I start buying so that when they start paying dividend because they have greater value, price to start going up at that time? You need to understand the kind of stock you are putting your money. After that, okay, out of this fund I have, how many stocks do I have in my portfolio? Like I said earlier, minimum of 4, maximum of 8. You have to have it. Then you now come and say, okay, yes, the fundamental will help me to choose my watch list. At what price will I enter? You need to also look at your technical analysis, look at your your sentiment to know exactly the right price to enter. When you do all this, I'll tell you, you'll be going in and out of the market, coming to profit. Yes, you might not have 100% control on the market. Out of your trading, if you're having six winning position and 4 or 3 losing position, you're already also in profit. You must understand that in any trade, you must not be you must make money. Market might turn against you, but ability for you to also know that your stop loss is there to guide you. You execute your action and move on to the next one is very, 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 very also important. You need to understand. That's why I say, let me break it down to you for today. How to have your goal. You must have it. Also, yes, age is very important depending who you are. If you are an elderly man that you are planning for what? For retirement, or you already at the point of retiring, you don't need to take high risk like those that are 20 years, those that are 30 years, or those that don't get employment, new employment, they want to start their life. The guy that's not, that yes, he's still young and still make money. He can go and put all his money in all local stores that are too volatile and too risky. And also, he can make 100%, 40%, can make 400%. But you that are so at age of retirement, you don't need to do such because your risk appetite is very, very low because of your age and at the same time, the source of your home. Because if you're having your retirement to buy stock, you must look at those stocks that that either they pay dividend 3 times, like there are some companies on this thing today now, they pay dividend almost every quarter. There are some that pay in every 6 months, we call them 3 dividend, all those stuff. You need to know exactly, and also what amount do you need, because when you are working, what's your lifestyle like? You know how much you're investing. What can I raise? What will take off me so that I can go to the hospital? I can live my normal life. You must plan all this with you. I tell you that stock market or investing also is enough for you to plan if you understand it. And don't just plan on that. You must understand the market you want to use to retire. You must understand the orders you want to put your money in the hands of what? Either the portfolio managers or go to pension, fine. But you also can use the stock market to have your own retirement plan and invest in that direction. That you don't need to go give your money to anybody. You manage your portfolio, any kind of stock you buy, dividend will come. There are some companies that honestly that are consistent dividend payment stock. Like, you know them. You know, life of Zenith Bank, GTB, no Access Bank. You know, even Access Bank, I see that how powerfully they improve in their last no dividend payment. If that trend is sustained, no plan with them. UBA, no all those look out for dividend pay. You are sure of them, and it will come. Those that come interim 2 times in a year, you know. Those that come every quarter, you know. Those that come only just once in a year, you know. But what is their yield? You understand all this? We have already planned your portfolio so that when the market is shaking, because you have a balanced portfolio, you also, when you see what is happening in the physical market, is it time for you to be there? You also know now that what is happening, inflation has even rubbish whatever is in the physical market. Either we are doing facing TP, you are doing bond. I will tell you what's happening in the inflation. I will tell you those trades are still giving you negative return. Even when you say you don't do trade in and out, you want to do it 4 times in a year, you are still going to, because if you are selling your bond before the maturity date, it's possible you're going to sell less, so that because what you are not, it's not going to, because you want to buy, also want to benefit from that that period. For me, you need to understand which instrument that work for you and also plan with it. I just want to let's know exactly how to plan our trade and our portfolio. That's what I just share now, because I also need to do more of this, because it's part of what I have done during the period of my going out, to see how we can put all the portfolio together and also be at safer price. Because I tell you, margin of safety in anything you are doing is very, very, very important. No matter how much you are making, if that fund is not there again, how will you generate and make more? That means anything you are doing, you must put management of risk in it, so that you manage your risk very well, so that your fund will preserve, and at the same time you grow it towards, so that you can sustain your lifetime. And this is for that. Then let's quickly come to the market. As I've said, in UK, market, there is looking up like this hour. Result of what impressive, the CP consumer price index that were released in that domain, that also have a kind of given that European zone a kind of a little boost this hour. That's why I see flattish in terms of performance, but I can see some indices are looking up in green there. It's just because of this positive figure that came from UK, because I see how they are inflation dropped from almost 8.7 to down to around 7.9. It's a good one. Just the same thing we've seen in US. Now US market is flat. Also looking to see what will be the outcome of their Fed meeting in US. In Asia, we see that what happened in China put Asia, but still because of this figure that came from UK, you can see that all the markets in around are looking a bit mixed. Just to analyze this UK part, or how it's going to change the whole thing. Are they also going to start going to do pause in their next policy meeting? We have seen that most prices of goods in UK have dropped. Even they consider the prices of groceries there, prices of energy, these have dropped there. And that is how it should be. When you have a good plan, and you know why you are using your interest rate, are going to mop up some fund, then naturally price will start coming down. We have seen that happening also in US. Can go as low as 3% for their last June inflation. All this is what is happening. I believe that because of this positive fundamentals, the concern of fear for recession is gradually also fading out, also dying down in this economy, in this domain. But I believe that as investor, you must understand what is happening around you, so that at the end of the day, you're able to make informed investment decision that will also help you to manage your portfolio. It's very, very important that we have this at the back of our mind, so that we know what we are doing at any given time. Yes, we have seen African market is mixed as we speak now, but Asia, as I told you earlier, is also flattish in UK, but also in US mixed market. But that trend will continue until after the MPC meeting or policy meeting of this domain. Very soon now, this month, or even today or tomorrow, we'll also look at what is happening in US to see the MPC, the outcome of their policy meeting. Also in Europe, seeing what happened to going to happen in EU, and also in UK, also in the same thing in Asia. But in Nigeria here, down here to in Nigeria, we have seen that by next week, also by having the policy meeting by the Central Bank of Nigeria, then also give us a direction from what is happening. We have seen that the policy, economic reform here has turned a lot of things around, have put pressure on inflation. Prices are going up. Let's say they're going to manage it at the end of the day, but that also give a clear direction where the economy and the financial market will be going. For that, we need to keep our finger crossed as we look forward to see all this play out, in the Nigeria economy. But let's look at what the market is doing right here in Nigeria. So I can go back to our chart. Yes, like I've said before, I've seen results that came from Multiverse. Multiverse results also look better compared to what I saw, from FTN Cocoa. It shows you that as trader, as I say, you trading all this local stock, there's an element, of risk. The risk there is high. People have entered, FTN Cocoa even at 3 naira, 350 because of the momentum. Now with this, half year result that just came, I said the company is going nowhere because I tell you on the top line is negative, the bottom line is negative. It tells you that even with the injection of the one that takes some chunk of the company holding, we have not seen reflecting on the performance. For me, we have to be very careful, and this is why I said Q2 number is key to any decision we are taking because it will determine where the next investor will be looking at. Once you see a company that the numbers are not looking, we can see that people will selling down. Like I said, this period we have to expect increased volatility in the market because we move from one stock to the other, trying to work to the position of our portfolio on the strength of the earnings and also the happenings in the economy, which are also fundamental things that we need to also consider at any given time. As a trader or investor, you must know what is happening in the environment so that it will guide you in taking your work, in your taking your investment decision. Is very, very key. You don't just fold your hand and look at what is happening in the market. At anything that you must know exactly where is the market heading so that you play safe as you speak. Right away, as I speak now, looking at the chart, you can see that market is flat as we speak. Market is gradually slowing down this hour, quiet. That's why we're seeing activities there. I can see that index is not moving as expected, but it opened in the green, pull back also in the red, going back to the green. We're seeing oscillation since the market opened this morning, since the hour of 10 to this hour, this midday. But as we speak now, the index is doing 63,630.40. Market is down in the red, with 136.32, down by 0.2%, 0.2% in the red. Despite that, we're seeing that the market is also having a positive market. That means we're having a mixed market at this hour. We're having that 23 gainers against 17 losers as we speak right away. If you look at the top losers, we want to see the top losers. We're seeing that the Prestige Assurance is leading, followed by FTN Cocoa. We're seeing the Liquid Assurance and the NSL Tech also, and the Guinea Insurance. These are insurance stocks and also penny stock. You can see that the market also tries to store the position. You can see that the penny stock that have created value in the first half of the year. You can see that now people are taking profit and also waiting to see the fundamental of this company. That's why you must know where a company is going before you jump in. Profit taking is part of it, but this low cap stock or penny stock, they have potential to give you quick return, but also they are very volatile and very risky. You have to play them with caution. Quickly want to look at the gainers as to speak. Gainers, we are not surprised seeing that Honeywell is leading the pack of the gainers, gaining 10%, flat, and trading around the 63 naira 63 kobo, followed by Entana. You can see Academic Press, Ella Lake, also, and Ambrose. These are the top 5 gainers at this hour. You can see this stock also penny stock, but I'll tell you that even with the fundamental changes we are seeing, any stock that are in this sector, the oil sector, you can see how the demand is changing because even in recent price again, we expect that the numbers that will come from even the Q3 at the end of the day, this is another quarter that I've seen. If this trend continue, we want to see a better number from the oil company, and that's why I'm not surprised seeing an entire bouncing powerfully from 23 naira to this level. For those that in this stock, you also want to watch very well and see what to do with your stock if you are internal. I would say hold your position if you are here, and you can see that the news of the court judgment on Honeywell, what is doing already, and these are sentiment. Also, these are also news. We have not seen the fundamental of Honeywell. Despite that, Honeywell and Flower Mill has notified the exchange of delay in their results. We want to see the number. That means don't allow this kind of figure to carry. If you know when you enter this stock, what you are seeing, know exactly when to pull out. But fundamental is key because even when after this news now, it will take the stock for a long time. But what to support this price to remain is what the earnings of this company. They are fundamental. That's why if you don't be carried away with the price, if you are also making profit, know exactly when to take profit from the stock and want to see the number. For those that are long term, these are things you want to know. You want to sell so that when the results come and you pull back, you can also buy more because you know why you are waiting, because they are into full value chain, but you need to also understand why you are investing in this stock. Yes, Academic Press, their Q3 number, their audited account for March, we have seen that number already, and what they paid. Also, Ella Lake, it was market sentiment. For me, let's also be careful until you see the number that come from this company. This also, RTB we have seen that what is happening around the economy. Now that the economy is changing, how many people will also will be buying cars? You need to understand all this. What the business of RTB School? How is it going to generate fund that the earnings will be positive? need to also understand all this. It's very, very key we know this so that we not just buy stuff for buying sake. Then we look at the volume. I tell you, volume is very, very important in any trade we are doing. As we speak now, look at Japan is also leading in volume. Japan is doing 86 kobo after dropping at 81 kobo. It's also that the demand is coming back to Japan, doing a 47.34 million shares traded so far. Then also see Sterling Bank doing a 17 million share at 3.45 kobo. Good. You can also Veteran Capital also 29 kobo, 14.6 million share traded. Chance also flat at yes, flat at compact at at 1 naira 10 kobo at 8.4 million share traded so far in the Chance. And Transcorp 4 naira. I can see that a bit profit taking pull back from almost 4 naira 30 kobo that the stock was doing before. Now we're seeing that the stock has come to this level. It's also to keep your eyes on the stock to know exactly what is happening, in the stock. But Chance has potential, to also go up. You need to look at all this to know exactly what is happening, so that at the end of the day, you are buying into a company that has what the real fundamental that will support. And also you have information. Don't just follow only the sentiment alone or the chart alone or the expectation. You must look at the fundamental there also to support. Like I said, for you to start buying a stock, you must use your fundamental to have a watch list, and that watch list will guide you to know exactly what to do. This is how to prepare yourself in any market you are trading. Yes, we'll come back live to the chart and see what is happening. The result I mentioned earlier that came from the one for UCAP I've seen already. I'm waiting to see more results from next week. That next week, I'll tell you, even though we're seeing expect to see MPC meeting Monday and Tuesday next week, I'll tell you the strength of earnings that have come to the market with that man, even the outcome of MPC meeting. But I don't see MPC meeting at the end of the day adjusting rate again or cutting rate. Either they leave it for deposit for now or leave it unchanged to see how all these changes they are seeing the economy is going to play out before you can call. If you adjust rate at this kind of economic situation, I don't know what you expect from the economy. That's why we need to play caution with them. But I believe that for those that are in the equity market, all eyes on what on the earnings that will come, especially from the banking sector and other service related companies. We'll be able to see a good number that will support their price as we speak now. Here's quick one. If you look at the market here, like I will tell you that you must look at what is the market doing. Market is not making an uptrend, it's just a flat market. But where it stopped yesterday, market has not kind of break out up again. I see market trying to side trend just to hold on, like what we call it here. We say this market is at a distribution pace. We are seeing that market is flat here, but because it's a mixed market, you can consider it's a distribution now until market close for the day. But I'll tell you that we are not seeing that strong buy we saw yesterday. Yesterday market traded about 100% buy. That was really a buying pressure. That pressure we're not see it yet, but let's see what the market close. But the market is also doing higher, even though adjusting down here. Look at where the market is going. It's also higher until cross here. Now say a new all-time high that we are looking at. For see market many, but now it's like it's not flat here because the candlestick we are seeing now telling us that market is waiting for a trigger at this point. I tell you, as we hear more about the government policy, even the minister list is also coming out, but because of recent change in fuel price, it's some of a concern for the economy. I think that's what we are seeing playing out. I don't forget also the more the cost of living is getting high, the lesser you see savings, and savings will also, when there's no savings, you expect more investment. That's why there's a concern now. But I believe that once it's addressed, I will expect that the market also will pick up, especially when the Q2 numbers hit the market to give us a clear direction where we are going. For oil price, international market, would I tell you, despite the kind of concern for supply constraint and also demand fear, but I tell you, oil price remains a bit stable, also at $79.58 which is good. Consider stability because of all that US also is also piling up forward in their inventory. These are the things happening in the market. But on the chart, like I said, this is a chart that tells that market is flat now, waiting for a trigger. No, it's no cause for alarm, but let's quickly call our indicators. Look at some stocks quickly before our time is fast spent. Quickly, and I want us to look at let's look at I want to use the ADS today. Let's go to money flow, and let me also look at our T line and quickly go to ADS. Yes, to use ADS today. Good one. Fine. These are the three indicators we're using today. Yes, let me quickly change this one to T line. I would know 8 days moving exponential. I know that by now you should understand the T line we use because it serves as what our resistance and our support level. As we speak now, despite the market started to trend here or flat here, we are seeing that market still trend above the T line. But what I want to show you that if you look at money flow interest at this hour on a daily chart, it's flat around the 79.3, for now, but it closed yesterday 79.95. Can see that flat and slightly down because of. But I want to show you that if you look at the ADS. ADS in the market now to speak is almost around the 56, 57. Here that the momentum in the market, strength behind this trend we are seeing here is high. And that's why you can see this blue line. I think whenever it's up, here that the market is. So you can see where the money flow is. Almost the same represent that since a crossover remain up. Actually, this moment, this blue one remain up. When you see this one down, it's a what is a bearish market, a weak market. Not that up, but also when the market tries to pull back here, you see that the blue ones are coming down. But when market down, you can see that it starts also to look up, not coming down straight. This one is also looking down. This one want to look up. For me, there's still strong momentum in the market. You must understand the momentum in the market so that you won't panic. Fund is still very, very strong in the market. Money flow is feeding almost 79. For me, it's a good one for the market. I mean, there's no cause for panic, but rather, I tell you, it's not late anywhere. You are still making profit in the market. You can cash out. The ones that are positioned for earnings, hold your position and what, don't need to fear. But we are seeing a rebound. We saw the rebound on Monday. Today was started on Tuesday, but today that's why I will use 4 days to see it will go through. So market is just still at this hour. We don't know what's going to close before the end of the day. But what I'm seeing now, market might close flat, either marginal green or marginal red at the end of the day until the afternoon traders are already coming to the market. This is the time for them between now and 1 o'clock. Start seeing the afternoon traders. If the market is still at this position, also want to watch and see. But if you look at the 15-minute chart now, like I think that market is still flat in the T line. Even when money flow is looking up gradually, I think that the momentum is relatively strong. I'm not seeing it before. Can see above the T line, which is for me it's not a bad one. But let's look at the 1 hour. To look at just one or two stocks because of our time. We'll now round it up for today. Now, one chart can see that the market is also on the T line and above the T line, and money flow is also this. You can see the also everything for me. The market is not showing a negative thing. But one thing also I observed when I was looking at the chart is that if you look at the market up for 2 days and look at the MACD, there's what we call a very divergent also. Market is going up while the momentum is coming down. Momentum is the MACD. Also want to watch it to see if there will be correction. And I believe that next week when we see that earnings, that correction might come. But market will go up for 2 days, and while the MACD also is going down for almost 2 days again. We need to also watch that. That's a very divergent. Until I think that when we still start seeing more earnings next week, we need really when the market is good. That's why the indication we are taking now, don't panic, buy into value. So that at the end of the day, we'll also be smiling, know that we are in the market. That is why, like in terms of this class, that we're not investing, we're just guessing or looking at what is happening in the market, and we're investing wisely at the end of the day. Yes, quick one. Let's look at Entana now. Let's look at Entana. I think let's check Entana. What is showing behind Entana? How far would that stock go? Should that enter now? If you are there, should I go? Let's quickly check what is happening in that Entana. Then that Entana is the Entana and one other one. Quickly check. You can see even Entana on a 1 hour chart. You can see profit taking. I can see demand. I see it here. The last 1 hour money flow up to around 50 on a 1 hour chart, and I've seen strength also looking at the ADS. But let's look at a day chart for the stock proper to see what is happening. Yes, I think for Nentana, they trade above the T line, but I can see also pressure on that stock already, profit taking at this point at least 27, 28. Also, for those that are in the store, don't need to panic, just hold on. The number also direct. We can see that the momentum is also strong. Look at ADS here, and money flow is because even when it is coming down gradually, let's keep our eyes on the stock and watch. It's still gaining, but let's keep our eyes on what on 5-minute chart. Let's quickly check 5-minute chart. Stock is also very flat. I quickly look at 15 minutes. That will give us a clear direction again in terms of on 15 minutes, not too bad, also still strong. But because of profit taking that we're seeing gradually in that stock, it has potential to go up. That doesn't make you not panic if you're in that stock. Oh, that's why I said let's look at it together. Then finally, let me look at what is happening in Fidelity this hour for we call it a day. What is happening in Fidelity Bank. Just happen Fidelity Bank Nigeria, we'll call it a day. Yes, on 50-minute chart, you can see that the stock is trading below the T line for Fidelity, but money flow is above 50, and you can see that momentum is slowing down for the stock for 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 Fidelity. But let's look at the 1 hour chart. Even as we speak now, we can see that Guzman Sack have already released the Q2 number. There's a drop in the revenue about 8.2%. That is for Guzman Sack in matured market. Let's look at the day chart for Fidelity. The day chart is below the T line. Even when it tries to come up to break it out after pullback for profit taking, you can see it here. But now once it cross this one, that's why the stop for me at this point. It's a good one to watch because it's already looking up more for. So once it cross this one, that confirm real buy position for Fidelity, but there's no cost for alarm in the market on these stocks. On this note, I say thank you for our time. It's fast spent. I say see you tomorrow and have enjoy your rest of your trading day. Bye.